everyone, and welcome back to TUF Coffee Shop Talk. I'm your host, Rhonda. Today, in this TUF Tech Tips episode, we're checking out a game-changing browser extension called MaxAI.me. What is MaxAI.me, you wonder? Well, imagine having a smart AI helper built right into your web browser. Instead of constantly switching between different AI tools like ChatGPT, Claude, or Gemini, MaxAI brings them all together. MaxAI brings them all together, ready for you to use right there on any website you visit or whatever you're working on online. The goal is to help you write better, read faster, generate ideas, and ultimately save time. We'll explore all of these features shortly, but first, if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode. And if you're enjoying the content, I'd be incredibly grateful if you'd click that 5th star and leave a rating. Not only does it make my day when you do so, but it helps other agents discover the podcast so I can help more people transform their businesses. Now, let's just dive right in. So I've been using MaxAI.me in my business for probably a year now. No, it's probably more than that. Really, right about the time that ChatGPT started to become more mainstream and when everybody was really starting to pay attention. And I actually chose it as the paid subscription tool that I would use because of its ability to integrate with any web page that you're on. So ultimately what it is you purchase your subscription, you have an account, and then you install a browser extension on your browser for your computer. And that embeds it into every single web page that you can be on. And what's super cool about that is it can then help you no matter where you are on the web. So as an example, if you're in your Gmail and you're on that tab, then it can it creates the ability for you to be able to edit your emails right within Gmail. There's a little button there that says rewrite or gives you suggestions. Let me just open it up here and I can tell you. So you can improve your writing or make it shorter, make it longer, change the tone, paraphrase, fix spelling and grammar, all because I just have that in as a browser extension for MaxAI. And yes, I know, since I've been using this, now you have that ability with Gemini and different tools in Google, but I've been using this long before they even existed within your Gmail. But very helpful for sure. I also can use it in Facebook kind of in the same way, or in Instagram. So if I've drafted a Facebook post as an example, because I have this extension on that browser, it gives me the option to edit or review my post or even my comments. It's not even just my post, it can be my comments. So if I draft a response to someone else's post, and maybe it was a little bit longer and I want to make sure I have the spelling correct, or I just want to make sure the tone sounds okay, I can do that right within there. I don't need to copy and paste it and take it to a different chatbot to, have them analyze that for me. So it just kind of removes that resistance. The other really cool part about it is it actually has all of these bots built right into it. So by having my MaxAI subscription, I have the ability to have it use ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, and Llama, and then some. And it's always adding more too. So as new ones come out, I get access to them. So right now I have GPT 4.1, Claude 3.7 Sonnet, Gemini 2.5 Pro, Llama 3.1, and so on and so forth. The DeepSeek is on here. I'm just going through the list. There's actually quite a few. So it gives me the ability to use different types of chat GPT models right within it. And I can flip back and forth. And I can actually ask it to do, how can I explain this? So it can actually start a chat with it. And in that chat, I can then expand it to multiple models at a time, all the way up to 6 models. I've done 2 or 3, which makes a lot of sense. So how I would do this is I would have a chat and I would have 3 AI models, and I'm going to say, okay, I want to see, based on, my request of whatever it is, how Gemini, Claude, and GPT will respond to this. Which one will I like the most? So I have kind of this side-by-side view of the answers each one gives to my ask, which is super helpful for me, because sometimes the way that things are structured, the responses, I will like one's language different or better than another. And there's no consistent way. Like sometimes Gemini is the one that is giving me the responses that I'm looking for whatever conversation is that I'm having with it. And sometimes it's Claude or GPT. It's just nice to be able to compare them side by side, because how they respond is actually sometimes quite different. So that part is something that I also really enjoy of MaxAI. So again, if you're not sure what MaxAI ME is, it's a paid subscription for a browser extension that adds the chat GPT style chatbots to any web page that you're on. Whatever browser you're using, whatever you've got open in your browser, it can interact with that. And one way that you can use that is if you're reading a news article or a blog post or some sort of long form text online, you can actually open MaxAI and have it summarize that page for you, so it can speed that up. So say you're doing research and you come across some sort of long form text and you just want kind of that Coles Notes version, it will literally do that for you. You click on it and you say summarize, and it'll give you point form the key points of whatever that article has. It gives you that summary. And it can also help you, take multiples of those then and, create a summary for you. So say you read multiple articles, it creates the summary for all of those. You can then ask it to go further and summarize those into key points. Something like that I would do if I'm preparing for a TUF coffee shop, the TUF collaborative membership meeting, and I've got a topic that we're going to talk about. I do a bunch of research ahead of time. So I will go, have it summarize these web pages for me, and then I'll take all those summaries and plump them in and go, okay, what are all the key points that we should be talking about at the TUF coffee shop meetings? And it helps me prepare for those things as well. And when I'm doing that research, I can also ask questions about the content that are in there and, have conversations with the tool to really dive into a stronger understanding of the information. So not only does MaxAI.me integrate with whatever web page you're on, you can actually open it as its own web page and just interact with it without it having connected to a source. And I do this often because I can actually bring in then PDF documents, or I can copy and paste information into it and just, have a long conversation with it. Or I can connect two sources together. Say there's a web page that I'm on and I have a PDF that goes with that, and I can have those two pieces connected to the conversation to be able to give context to it so that it can draw on that information for the conversation that we're having. This also helps when I'm doing things like brainstorming for blog post ideas, or if I'm, working to create my podcast. This is where I will kind of do all of that back and forth conversation, because it's almost like being on ChatGPT or Gemini or whatnot. But again, I can use whichever one of those that I want when I'm in here. And I can flip back and forth from Gemini to ChatGPT or whatever makes sense. So, generating ideas and then moving that forward into generating, say, outlines for my podcast. The opportunities are endless. And I swear, you guys, I am in here. I use this tool multiple times a day. There is no question. Multiple times a day, I'm using this add-on. The money investment that I had in it is totally worth it in my perspective, because it saves me so much time and allows me to be so much more productive in my everyday, whether it's the articles or creating presentations or projects or podcasts or blog posts, or if I'm doing marketing, or if I'm trying to brainstorm title ideas or solutions for problems, or coming up with creative storytelling ideas or gift ideas for clients. There's no limit on what I can do with it. And the beauty is it's just right here on my desktop. I use it all the time when I am, in my browser. Now, the downfall to that is it is browser based, so I can't have it on my mobile device. There's not an app for it. So that is the downfall. If you're more of a cell phone person and you aren't on your desktop, working from your laptop very often, it might not be the tool for you. But I am at my computer for multiple hours in a day. I am using my desktop often, so it works really, really well for me and just creates so many efficiencies for me that I just couldn't imagine not having it at this point. I would not be able to be as productive as I am right now if I did not have this tool. So yeah, that's maxai.me. If you are interested in using it, they have a free trial. You can try it for free, where you would get up to 3 pro chats a day, and it allows you to use most of the models that are in there. So if you want to just go test it out, if you decide that you do indeed want to sign up for it, I have an affiliate link that I will share in this podcast episode, or you can go to maxai.co/via equals Rhonda-Lavoie. I know that's a little bit hard to remember, so I will say it again. maxai.co/via, so VIA equals Rhonda-Lavoie. Again, I'll also put it in the show notes so that you can just go grab it. It will give you a discount and will, of course, give me an affiliate for it too. So that would be lovely. Yeah, so that concludes our episode. I would love it if you gave me some feedback, if you use MaxAI, or if you have something else. I'm always open to hear about new things. Reach out, let me know. Love to hear from you. But that concludes the episode. Thanks so much for being here. It does mean a lot to me. If you haven't already, please subscribe or hit that follow button. And I'd love it if you shared this episode with somebody who you think might benefit from it. If you are looking for more information on the membership, check out tufinstitute.com, or more information on me and my real estate business, you can go to rhondalavoie.dxprealty.com. Looking for my socials, I'm on Instagram at rhondalavoie_tuff, that's TUF, and on Facebook as my name of Rhonda Lavoie. Reach out anytime. I'd love to hear from you, and I hope you have a really wonderful day. Can't wait to bring you another episode.